Hey, welcome to the channel, guys. I bring back the news. I've been following closely what happened in Texas, especially with all these kids and the children is missing, the ones that got swept away by the campers. It's very horrible, very sorry story, guys. But I was doing a little bit of digging into it, and you guys know that supposedly there was some cloud seeding happened like 2-3 days prior to that, almost not around the area but around Texas, like in Texas, not that close supposedly, but there was some cloud seeding. We're gonna talk about that right now. Let's listen to the governor of Texas. Let's see what he got to say.
I'm a great celebration. You're dropping your little girl off at camp.
A Christian summer camp for girls ages 7 to 17, Camp Mystic has been a fixture for Texans since 1926. The website touts the location nestled on the banks of the beautiful Guadalupe River. But it was that idyllic location that played a role in unimaginable heartbreak.
The hardest part was there was a little boy who started floating downstream, and he was screaming, asking for help, but there just wasn't anything anybody could do at that point.
It's a lot of destruction. Most of the camps are gone.
The newest group of campers, 750 in total, arrived a week ago. The campgrounds are located in central Texas, about an hour and a half from San Antonio, 10 kilometers downstream from where the two forks.
How could this happen, though? What were the alarms? What was the Coast Guard? Was the military? Was the police? What were the firefighters? What were the alerts and the alarms that are in place? Why wasn't the weather people doing their jobs and making sure that nothing like this was happening? Or if there was a storm coming, you let people know, give them heads up, send notifications to everybody's phone, get to high ground, get away. So nobody expecting this. There's nothing we could do. It's not like, oh, save food, save provisions, save water, make sure you have a life vest, a boat. Nobody's expecting these kind of floodings. And that's when I was a little bit curious, because we've been having a lot of floodings and a lot of fires that are very unexpectedly. So I was like, maybe it's something with cloud seeding or some conspiracy that I don't know about. So I started digging in, and that's how I came to my conclusion. I will share it with you guys in a second. We're gonna look at some facts
Of the Guadalupe River converge. The camp website shows two locations. Many of the campers that are missing or killed in the floods are believed to be from the Guadalupe River site. The cabins for campers were split into two areas.
As you can see, like the camping, everything is supposed to be on a flat surface right next to the creek, the river.
Senior campers were further from the river in a slightly more elevated location called Senior Hill. The other group of cabins was for junior and intermediate campers. This area, known as the Flats, was less than 150 meters from the river that would overflow its banks. Early Friday morning, the National Weather Service issued a series of flash flood warnings for the region. At 5:34 local, there was a warning for communities along the Guadalupe River. Residents and campers should seek higher ground now. Life-threatening flash flooding along the river is expected. That Friday morning, the river rose nearly 8 meters in 45 minutes. This isn't the first camp in the area to pay a devastating price for flash floods. In July of 1987, a summer storm caused the Guadalupe River to rage. Caught in the torrents, the Pot of Gold summer camp, located just 60 kilometers from Camp Mystic. 10 teenagers died, but then as now, the community responded with even a local news helicopter pitching in to rescue stranded campers.
That's a long time. But yeah, let's dig in right here and what I was saying about the cloud seeding and what I asked Google. Let's read a little bit. Let's educate ourselves. The company that did the cloud seeding is called Rainmaker. I'm not talking shade or anything bad about the company and stuff. It might not have nothing to do with the cloud seeding or anything like that, guys. Or maybe it just did affect very, very little, or it did affect it a lot. We don't know. We gotta do some studies about cloud seeding and all that. I'm not saying that we don't need to do it, but we need to be a little bit more careful. We need to do more studies, and the Coast Guard and the firefighters, we need to put a little bit more of safeguards in place, and more of like a book that gives people directions on what to do, how to protect themselves, and build a little bit away from those creeks, not too close to it. I feel it's very bad. But let's read, guys. When I checked on Google, I was like, "What does any cloud seeding use before the floods?" And it said yes, there was a cloud seeding operation conducted in Karnes County, Texas, before the recent floods, but it was a single shore mission and not related to the area that experienced the worst flooding. But you're doing the cloud seeding in the clouds. You can't control air, how the air moves in the planet. You can predict where it's gonna go, but you can never be 100% exact. A cloud seeding company reported that they conducted a 20-minute fly over the Karnes County in July 2nd, targeting 2 clouds. These clouds reportedly dissipated later that afternoon. No further flies occurred before the floods began. The affecting areas was actually further west in Kern County. Well, at least they're saying that it was affected in another area. And how was it? How was there? And the reason, but look what it says in the next paragraph. It's saying that it wasn't their fault, that they had nothing to do with that. Okay, but let's see what it says. The recent heavy rainfall and flooding in Texas were caused by a combination of factors, including saturated environment and remnant of moisture from Tropical Storm Barry. Okay, cloud seeding. Well, what do you think cloud seeding? Why would you put cloud seeding there? If cloud seeding didn't do anything, which involves adding particles to clouds to potentially increase rainfall, was not a significant factor in the excessive rain that led to the flooding, according to experts. Oh, they're saying that it was not. It was not. I repeat, they're saying that cloud seeding was not a big or major part of the rainforest. But although it raises questions, especially when over 100 human souls and citizens have passed away, and we don't know nothing. This happened basically overnight. In 12-hour span that the water rose 20-30 feet high, took everything it could. This is very sad. This is one of the saddest days in America, guys. I don't know why the news can be, and things like this just don't happen. I wish the news were like somebody's tire broke down, or somebody had a bad day at work, instead of things like this. It's very sad, guys. But I'm just keeping you guys up with the news. You be safe out there. Take care of your family. Okay? Like and subscribe. Peace out.